Hello folks, Florentine Saint-Yves here. Welcome to this King's Throne video. Today we will talk about royal quarters, how it works and how you can optimize it. I hope you'll learn a few tricks and tips, and if you have any further questions, don't hesitate to ask on the comments section. Now royal quarters is a feature that is unlocked pretty early in the game, I'd say in the first 10 minutes or so, as soon as you get your first maiden and pay a visit to her. There are two features in the quarters: children's chambers, where you raise your kids, and matchmaker, where you will marry them once they're maxed. Children are important for two main things: raising your kingdom power, and also doing kingdom expeditions, where you send them to get useful items. Kingdom expeditions and its intricacies will be explained on another video if you want to learn more about this topic. Now players start with 2 available chambers, though you can unlock more, up to 10, at any time. This will cost you gems though, and the price increases for each additional chamber. Note that unlocking chamber number 5 will give you access to the one-tap raising feature, but more on that later. Assuming you have a free chamber, any visit to a maiden, paid or random, has chances to yield a child. One-tap visit can't yield a child though. Chances of giving birth increase with your VIP level. When born, a child has potential that indicates what his maximum level will be. A kid with ordinary potential will max at level 10, a great potential kid at level 20, an extraordinary potential kid at level 30, a remarkable potential kid at level 40, and a maximum potential kid at level 50. Now that our kid is born, it's time to level him up. To do so, we'll need energy. Each energy point spent to raise a child will grant him 10 XP, and depending on the level, we'll need a certain amount of XP, thus energy. From level 1 to 10, we need 20 XP, and that's 2 energy per level. Now from level 11 to 20 we need 30 XP or 3 energy per level, and so on, up to 60 XP per level from 41 to 50. So, as you can see here on screen, leveling up a child with maximum potential will ask for 10 times more energy than one with ordinary potential. Ordinary potential will require 20 energy, great potential 50 energy, extraordinary potential 90 energy, remarkable potential 140 energy, and maximum potential 200. Now how do we get energy? Well, energy is automatically refilled every 3 hours for each child. Be aware though that this energy only stacks up to a certain point, and will stop regenerating once you reach the energy cap. This cap is determined by your VP status. The higher you are, the higher your energy cap is. VIP 0, 1 or 2 players will have an energy cap of 2, VIP 3 or 4 an energy cap of 3, 4 for VIP 5 and 6 and 5 for VIP 7 and beyond. So while in theory a high VP status doesn't make anything faster, it greatly helps avoiding the energy cap. Players with low VP status will have to log in more often, once every 6 hours, to destack their energy. This is obviously problematic at night time, and having a higher VIP rank reduces greatly the amount of time when you don't regenerate energy. Now, okay, so we get 1 energy every 3 hours. But remember that we need 200 energy to raise a level 50 kid? That's 600 hours, or 25 days, assuming you never reach the energy cap. Quite long, to be honest. Fortunately there's an item, Energy Draft, that will help us speed up the process. Energy Draft, when used, replenishes a kid's energy up to max. This means that high VP players get an edge over low VIPs here, since the same item will refill 5 energy for them, whereas only 2 for VIP 0, 1, 2 for example. That's why high VP players will need less energy drafts to fully raise a child. While on the subject, where do we get energy drafts? Well, they mainly come from the weekly quest Leveling Up Heroes, that will yield up to 22 energy drafts per week, though your heroes will need to level up by 400 levels to fully complete this weekly quest. Another reliable source of energy drafts is the Feast Hall. You can exchange 100 feast points for a bottle of energy draft, assuming the item is available for trading. Remember that the list is refreshed every 2 hours, so check it out as much as you can. You also have the possibility of immediately updating the trading list for 10 gems, up to 10 times a day. Since you should be doing that every day to fish for big XP packs, you might as well grab all the energy drafts that pop while doing so. 100 points is quite the deal honestly, and I see no reason to not buy them unless you're starving for points, which should not happen. You also get 1 energy draft when you complete a marriage. Finally, energy drafts are common rewards for playing events, challenges, limited time quests or purchases, so in the end they are quite common to come by. Now back to the children's chambers. The one-tap rising feature, unlocked when you buy your 5th chamber, is a quality of life feature that helps you raising all kids at the same time. It's also very useful when you want to speed up their leveling up to max. When a kid is out of energy, check the one-click box and select the energy draft button. It will show you how many bottles it will cost you to finish the leveling, assuming you own more than what's needed. Slide the bar to the right, choose use and bam, your kid is maxed already. It saves quite some time, and makes you avoid the tedious process of speed leveling using one bottle at a time. Back to leveling. Every time a child gains a level, his 4 attributes, military, fortune, provision and inspiration, go up and are added to your kingdom power. The higher your intimacy with the mother is, the more these attributes go up each level. Maiden titles also give an attribute bonus, based on the mother's rank. When the kid reaches his max level, he can no longer gain attributes and you can proceed to his final evaluation. It will determine what is called his aptitude, which is based on his final attributes value. Your kid will also obtain a rank directly related to his aptitude. This rank goes from 1 star to 7 stars, and should not be confused with the rank of his potential when he was born, which is a totally different thing. You can see on screen how high your kid's attributes value needs to be to reach a given rank. At first, most of your kids will end up being feeble-minded, disappointing or mediocre, but as you progress within the game and improve your maidens' intimacy, you will eventually get some crazy buff kids. Now that we have a maxed kid, this is when the matchmaker comes into play. Maxed children are stocked to the matchmaker, waiting to get married with another player's own kid. To find his soulmate, a child needs to find an available kid of the opposite gender and of the same aptitude. Use the arrange marriage option to see if such a soulmate is available for your child, or the propose option to put him on the market for 72 hours. When a marriage is completed, the attributes of your child's partner are added to your kingdom power, and you get gold and 1 energy draft. Finally, you will need an item called dowry to arrange a marriage. The dowry's quality will depend on your kid's aptitude. A silver dowry is needed if your child is feeble-minded, disappointing or mediocre. Those dowries are pretty common. You can get them while completing the main quest or trading feast hall points, for example. Intelligent and scholarly children will require a gold dowry to get married. Those are harder to get, but you can still trade some in the feast hall, though they will cost 1,000 points. You can also craft them on the combine menu, but you will need silver dowry and gems, so try to avoid wasting gems there. Marrying masterful and enlightened kids will ask for a diamond dowry, the rarest of the 3. You can sometimes get them on some events, like dragon slaying, or craft them on the combine menu at the cost of gems. Also remember that there is a castle skin, called Summer Castle, that rewards you a dot pack every week. This pack contains 1 silver, 1 gold and 1 diamond dowry, and getting this skin as permanent is a good way to never miss on dowries. Now that you know everything there is to know about royal quarters, it's time to see how we can min-max some things. First of all, there is an event tied to royal quarters, called Raise Children event. This event doesn't ask you to raise as many kids as possible, but instead raise their attributes. This means that you should focus on quality rather than on quantity. Note that you should try to avoid using energy draft outside of this event, unless you want to progress on your main quest. This means that outside of the event, you let energy replenishes by itself and destack it as necessary, but no more. The best way to compete on this event is to have a free chamber, pay a visit to your maiden that has the highest intimacy, and hope to get a kid. Every try will cost you gems, capped at 800 gems for maiden with more than 80 intimacy. Once a child is born, quick level him to max, and rinse and repeat as necessary. Again, we focus on quality, not quantity. If you want to spend as little as possible, there's a small trick to know. When playing the game while this event is not active, if you happen to get a kid with a high intimacy maiden, you can store him up until the event. This means that you do not name him, and as long as he is not named, he won't start getting raised. Name him when the event becomes active, and start leveling from there. This strategy saves gems, but at the cost of space in the chambers. About marriages, there is no need to arrange them when the limited time quest Arrange Marriages isn't active. This means that you should stockpile any max kid until the quest becomes active. Most players are aware of that, and will do the same, so you won't have trouble finding soulmates, and this will yield some extra benefits. And finally, beware of the main quest. From time to time, It asks you to reach a certain number of children, and you don't want to be blocked by that, especially if all your maiden has high intimacy and will give child with only high potential. You should try to plan ahead as much as possible and couple it with the paid visit to Maiden Quest. Every time you unlock a new maiden that starts with 1 intimacy, visit her a couple of times, I'd say from 5 to 10 times, while having an available chamber. This will give you some kids with low potential that won't ask for too many energy draft to get raised, and will help you avoid those bad roadblock on the main quest line. And there you go, now you know it all. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and that it helped you in any way. If it did, please leave a positive comment or click on the like button. Thank you for watching, and I hopefully will see you around next time. Bye bye.